So today I want to talk about what it really takes to lose weight and keep it off, okay? You guys know I don't believe in diets. I say this all the time. I'm a broken record, but I'm not gonna stop, right? I'm just gonna keep on saying it. Diets don't work. Diets set you up for failure, okay? They are too restrictive. They cut out entire food groups. And, just like a kid, right? Any human, the minute you cut out food, you're gonna want it more. So they set you up for that all or nothing binging mentality. They cut your calories too low, which is gonna drop your metabolism, okay? Which is gonna make you end up gaining weight down the road, right? And that's that yo-yoing that happens, okay? And they're just not sustainable for the long term. And a lot of people will think, well, let me just do this diet to get a jump start, but you're actually doing more harm than good because you're lowering your metabolism, right? So I've talked about this 100 times, and again, I'm not gonna stop talking about it. If you need 1,500 calories a day and this diet's cutting you down to 1,000, your body's eventually gonna say, whoa, all right, let me slow down, and it's only gonna need 1,000. Now when you go back to eating 1,500, which used to be fine, you're gaining weight, okay? The average diet results in 11 pounds of weight gain, G-A-I-N, gain, not loss, okay? Diets make you gain weight. They don't work, okay? The only way to lose weight and keep it off for life is to never diet again, okay? So I don't believe in diets. What I teach is a lifestyle. But my goal is to make it as enjoyable as possible, right? I love to show people how to eat the foods you love. I believe in doing the least amount of exercise necessary to produce a change. So I want to make it as enjoyable and realistic as possible so it fits into your lifestyle, you don't feel restricted, you don't feel deprived, and you don't feel hungry, okay? That is my goal. But you do have to make changes, okay? So let's talk about what it does take to lose weight. We know it's not diets. Diets don't work. So let's talk about what it does take. So I did a video the other day. I think it was an Instagram reel, but I think I posted it in the group as well. But I talked about the math and science of what it takes to lose weight, right? You have to be in a caloric deficit. You have to take in less calories than you burn, okay? Take in less calories than you burn. So you have to burn more than you eat. Right? You have to be in a deficit. And if you only want about 200 to 500 calorie max deficit, but that is how you lose weight. That is not something that people can question. That is a fact. That is the law of physiology. Energy in equals energy out. Okay? You have to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight, first of all. You have to eat protein at every meal. Now, I always say eat balanced meals, right? And that means protein, fats, and carbs. But fats and carbs are very easy to get in our society. I don't know anyone who's struggling to get fats and carbs in their diets, right? But protein we struggle with because we tend to grab the carb snacks, right? The pretzels and, we eat the cereal and things that are quick and easy and convenient, all this convenient junk food. We're not getting enough protein, and protein burns very slowly. So it's going to keep you feeling full longer, which is really important when you're cutting your calories. And it's also going to preserve your lean muscle mass, which you do not want to lose when you're losing weight. You want to build muscle actually because it's your fat burning machinery. So protein at every meal. About 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight, okay? So if you weigh, 150 pounds, close to 150 grams of protein in a day. You want to get to sleep. You have to get enough sleep. You need 7 to 9 hours of sleep, okay? When you're lacking sleep, it affects your hormones. Your ghrelin, which tells you you're hungry, is going to go up. So you're immediately going to be more hungry when you're overtired. And your leptin, which says, I've had enough, I'm full, is going to drop. So you're not going to feel full. Okay, when you're tired, it's also a stress on the body, which releases cortisol, which increases fat storage. Okay, so you've got to get your sleep. You have to lift weights. You've got to do resistance training. Okay, everyone I know wants to do tons of cardio, but cardio A doesn't burn as many calories as you think. B, it leaves you feeling a lot hungrier, and C, it can actually be wasting away your muscle mass. Okay, and you want muscle. So I'm not saying don't do cardio. Cardio is great for health, right? For weight loss. It's overrated, in my opinion. You want to lift weights. Resistance training burns more calories minute for minute. It keeps your calories up throughout the day, and by building muscle, you're raising your base metabolism, okay? So you need to lift weights. Number 5, we're on 5 now. Right, calorie deficit, protein at every meal, get to sleep, lift weights, drink more water. Okay, you have to drink water. Water is going to make you feel more satisfied, more full, and it also helps your body to burn more calories more efficiently. You need to drink water. Minimum of half an ounce per pound of body weight. That's the minimum, okay? I shoot for 100 to 120 ounces every day. And I've gotten to a point now where if I don't drink that, I'm thirsty. If you are thirsty, it's too late. You are dehydrated. You don't want to feel thirsty, okay? And number 6, you have to move more. People think because they go to the gym 3 times a week for an hour a day that they're like rocking it, but that's 2% of your week. What are you doing the other 98% of your week? You need to move more, right? Take the stairs, park further away. Just get those extra steps in. You should be shooting for 7 to 10,000 steps in a day, okay? Outside of what you're doing at the gym. So that's what you need to do mathematically. That is the math of weight loss, right? Weight loss is simple math, right? So it's, when I work with clients, I'm figuring out exactly how many calories they need and then dropping those calories slightly, raising their needs by adding the resistance training, making sure they get sleep, making sure they move more, getting them to lift weights, right? It's a math equation. Why I love it. I love math, right? But if it was as simple as math, right? If it was as simple as, doing the 6 things I just said, eat in a caloric deficit, have more protein, get your sleep, lift weights, drink water, and move more, then I could literally write up a plan, hand it to you, and you'd be on your way. And I can probably count on one hand how many times that has worked with clients and I've worked with nearly 1,000 people when I worked through the health club, okay? Because it's more than that, right? It's not that simple because there's mindset involved, okay? There's a lot more that it takes. There's a lot more that goes into weight loss than just the math and science of it, right? It's not just the numbers because again, if it was just numbers, then I'll give you a food plan, you follow it, and have a great day. Good luck. This is awesome. Good, go get them. But there's more involved. And that's what I want to talk about today, okay, is what does it really take outside of the math and science, right? That's the easy part. I can do that for you guys in no problem. But what else does it take? It's a lot more than that. Okay, so we're going to talk about, I think I have 5 things that it takes to really, really lose weight and keep it off, okay? So let's get to it. Number 1 is you have to get honest with yourself. Like, really get honest. And so often I will do consultations with clients and they'll say, well, I eat healthy. I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean, right? Are you eating healthy? Do you even know what healthy means, right? And it's like, yeah, I'm eating, I eat egg whites for breakfast, I have a salad for lunch, and I have chicken and veggies for dinner. Guys, if that's what you're really eating, okay, and you're not losing weight, go see a doctor. Okay, something's not right. But odds are that's not really what you're eating. It's what you think you're eating, it's what you've paid attention to eating, but what else are you eating, right? Are you picking throughout the day? Are you eating your kids' leftovers? Right? Are they leaving some breakfast on the plate and you're just eating a bite here? Are you packing their lunch and you're eating a bite of their food there? Okay. Are you eating larger portions than you think? Do you think you're having 3 ounces of chicken, or you think you're having a cup of pasta when really you're having 2 or 3 cups? Do you think you're having a tablespoon of peanut butter when really it's a 1/4 of a cup? Right? There's a 300 calorie difference between those. That's a big difference. That's the difference between gaining weight and losing weight, right there. Okay. Do you think, I had a glass of wine, which of course is fine. You can have wine in your diet, but are you counting it as a 70 to 80 calorie glass of wine? But really the average glass of wine is about 180 to 200 calories. You go to a restaurant, that is not an 80 calorie glass of wine, guys. Okay. 4 ounces. If they gave you 4 ounces of wine at the restaurant, you'd be like, yeah, no, take this back. Okay. Cause I've measured what 4 ounces looks like in a wine glass and it's like this big. The average pour is about 9 ounces. So you're looking at about 180 calorie glass of wine. Again, not saying you can't have it, but let's get honest. Are you having 80 calories of wine or are you having 180 calories of wine? Are you eating out all the time? Right? And any way you slice it, it's more calories. Average restaurant entree is 1,200 calories. So are you saying, oh, I just had chicken and veggies? Well, if you had it at a restaurant, that's not your normal 300 calorie chicken and veggies. It's 4 times that. They're cooking everything with butter and oil, right? It's why it tastes so stinking good at a restaurant, right? Their steamed vegetables have butter and oil on them. Everything does, right? Are you maybe splurging on the weekends, right? You're like on track all week, but then the weekend comes and you undo everything you did because it's like a free-for-all, right? Are you making unhealthy choices? Right? You think you're just having, let's say, coffee for breakfast, but you're getting the Starbucks, caramel frappuccino for 700 calories. I literally had clients when I worked in the gym who would say, no, I just had a coffee. And when we really dug, it was a 700 calorie Starbucks coffee. You're not losing, that's the difference between losing weight and not losing weight. Times 2 right there, okay? So Get honest. Really stop and think, are you picking throughout the day? A bite here, a nibble here. Maybe you're cooking dinner and you're tasting everything. It counts. Even if you didn't sit down and eat it, the calories count. Even if you didn't realize you were eating it, the calories count, right? So get honest. Are you really eating as good as you think you are? Are you eating the portions you think you are, right? You might be eating a lot more than you think, right? And I find that's very, very common. So the number one thing you've got to do to lose weight is get honest and really take stock, really look and really assess, what are you doing? What are you really eating in a day, okay? The second thing you need to do is you have got to lose the all or nothing mindset. This is one of the biggest things that sets people up for failure. And this is one of the biggest reasons why diets don't work, okay? It's the labeling food as good and bad, right? And it's the all or nothing, right? It's like, well, that's a bad food. I can't have that. This is a good food. I can have this. First of all, there are no good and bad foods. There's just better choices. And when you label food as good and bad, you're labeling yourself as good and bad if you eat it, right? So let's say, pizza's bad. And you go out with friends and everyone's having pizza and you're like, oh God, I just want pizza, but pizza's bad. I can't have pizza. And then you have pizza. You have one slice of pizza, which is not going to make any difference in your diet. But now you're like, that was terrible. That was bad. I shouldn't have had that. Well, might as well just eat the rest of the pizza. And then you go on to have like 3 or 4 slices of pizza. And now you are undoing the work you did, right? Because it's that all or nothing mentality. And then it's like, well, might as well blow the weekend. I'll start over on Monday. Let me know if you've ever said this. I'll start over Monday because you did one quote bad thing, right? When the reality is, eat the slice of pizza, enjoy it, savor it, love every bite of it. Maybe even have a second slice and then just get right back on track tomorrow, right? But too often when you have this all or nothing mentality, it's like once you have it, you blew it and you go off the rails. Or usually what happens is you binge on that food because the minute you're told like I said earlier, you can't have something, you want it 10 times more, right? So the all or nothing mentality just sets you up for failure. You need to get rid of that and you need to realize there's no good and bad foods. There's better choices. And you can have everything. Everything can fit in your diet. Restaurant food, pizza, candy, desserts, alcohol. It just has to fit in. Okay? And when you have it, you enjoy it, you savor it, and you move on. Right? Versus I blew it. Oh my God, I can't believe I had that. That was bad. I might as well just eat everything and I'll start over Monday. Okay? Let me know if that's ever happened to you where it's like every Monday you're starting over. Okay? Got to lose the all or nothing mentality. Number 3, the number 3 thing you need to really lose weight and keep it off is commitment. This is not an overnight process. This is not a get thin quick scheme, okay? If anyone is telling you that, I'm on these Facebook groups and it's like, anyone want to lose, 15 pounds in the next 30 days? I'm like, okay, if you see that, just run the other way. I promise you'll burn more calories running away from those diets than you will on those diets. They don't work and they're setting you up for failure. You didn't gain weight overnight. I know it feels like it sometimes, but you didn't gain it overweight. It's not coming off overnight, okay? It's a process and it takes time and you have to stay committed long enough to see the results, okay? This is really important. I talked about this yesterday. I did a story about finding your why. And it's so important to find why you want to lose weight because that's what's going to keep you committed. Okay, because if you say, I want to lose, I want to lose 20 pounds, I want to fit in my clothes better and look better, okay? Why? Why is that important? Because wanting to lose 20 pounds and fit into your clothes is not enough. And let me explain why. Humans are programmed to move away from pain and toward pleasure. So if you lose 5 pounds, right, your clothes will feel a little better, right? And now when your diet gets hard, right, you're out with all your girlfriends and everyone's drinking wine and having some pizza and they order dessert. It's so hard, right? You want to join in on the fun. It's very easy to say, you know what? I lost 5 pounds. My clothes feel better. That's good. I'll get back on track next week. Here we go, this all or nothing, right? And it's very easy to not stay committed. because the minute it gets hard, you're out, right? And it's gonna get hard. It's gonna get really hard, guys, because you're changing your behaviors that you've had for such a long time. I'm not gonna tell you it's easy, right? It's simple. I'm gonna make it as enjoyable as possible as I can for my clients, but it's not easy. What's gonna keep you committed when it gets hard? What's gonna keep you committed when you hit a plateau and you're not losing the weight the way you did in the beginning? Because in the beginning, it's easy to take off 2 pounds a week, right? And then it slows down. What's keeping you committed? You gotta find that reason why. You gotta dig deep and say, okay, why is this important? Why is it important for me to look better? Why is it important for me to fit into my clothes? And peel back the layers of the onion and ask why, because that's what's gonna keep you committed, okay? Wanting to be around for your kids, wanting to have more energy to play with your kids, wanting to feel more confident, whatever it is, you need that to keep you committed, because this is going to take commitment. It's not going to happen in a couple of weeks, okay? So you need to be committed. You need to stick with this, okay? All right, so far we've said you need to, I'm gonna look at my notes here because I don't want to, you gotta be honest with yourself. What's really going on, okay? You have to lose the all or nothing mentality, okay? You have to be committed. Number 4, you have to change your habits. We all have habits, right? And we've had them for most of our lives. And they're not serving you, most of these, that your food habits. They're just not serving you, right? Maybe it's a habit of you come home from work and you immediately go to the refrigerator. Or maybe it's that after dinner, you just always have that heaping bowl of ice cream. It's just a habit. It's what you do, right? And maybe your habit is eating while you're cooking for your kids. Maybe it's splurging on the weekends and just, throwing in the towel and saying, like, I'm just going to eat everything on the weekends. I'm going to treat myself on the weekends. Maybe you have a habit of eating when you're stressed or when you're bored or when you're anxious, right? Let me know if this ever happens to you, if you eat because you're bored, stressed, or anxious, okay? That's a habit, right? That you just get into this habit of, like, every time you're bored, you look for food. Every time you're stressed, you look for food. Every time you're anxious, you look for food, okay? That as soon as you come home, you eat. Maybe your habit is that in the afternoon, you're opening the bag of pretzels and snacking on it, okay? These are all habits. But the good thing is you can undo those habits and you can learn better habits that serve you better for your lifelong healthier goals, okay? You can have habits where, maybe on the way home from work, you eat a protein bar so that you're not hungry when you get home, so you don't raid the refrigerator, right? Maybe you buy pre-portioned ice cream bars so that after dinner, you still want that treat, but you're having a ice cream bar, not a heaping bowl of ice cream, okay? Maybe you can find other outlets for when you're bored and you're stressed and you're anxious, right? These are all things that we need to work on to find better habits that serve you for your healthier lifelong goals, okay? And the 5th thing is you have to be accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable to follow this diet plan, right? And to do the exercise, even when you don't feel like it. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to be disciplined to do it when you don't feel like doing it, right? When we start out, we're motivated, we're excited, we can't wait, right? But that motivation wanes. You have to be disciplined and you have to do it until it becomes a habit, right? I barely think about going to the gym. It's part of my day. Just like I get up and I make my bed and I brush my teeth, I go to the gym because that's something that I look forward to now. It's become a habit. It's part of my day. I don't think about it, but you have to be disciplined until it becomes a habit, okay? But you have to hold yourself accountable to say, you know what? Okay, it's Friday, but that doesn't mean I'm just gonna go off the rails and eat everything. Sure, I'll treat myself a little bit. You'll have wine, you'll go out to dinner, right? But for the most part, you're gonna stay on track and eat healthy because it serves your body, right? You have to hold yourself accountable to that. That's where a coach comes in, okay? A coach, again, I said, like, yes, I can make the meal plans and I do that for my clients, but it's also holding you accountable and making sure you do the things you need to do, okay? It's keeping you on track when it gets hard. It's getting you back on track when you have that off day and you maybe went off and binged. It's getting you back on track because a lot of times that one off meal becomes an off day, becomes an off week, becomes an off month, and then it just never ends. right? So a coach is going to get you back on track. Okay, we had a bad meal or we had a bad day. Every day is a new start. Every day is a new start, okay? Every meal is a new start, really. A coach is going to make adjustments. So when you do feel stuck or you do start hitting that plateau or your weight loss does slow down, they make adjustments so you continue to see results, okay? A coach is going to help you build new habits. A coach is going to help you with the mindset of why you're making the choices you're making, why you're mindlessly eating, why you're overeating, why you're using food for emotional reasons instead of hunger. Okay, that's where coaching comes in. Okay, so yes, you need to do the math, right? You need to eat in a caloric deficit. You need protein at every meal. You need to get enough sleep. You need to do resistance training and lift weights. You need to drink more water and you need to move your body more. That's the math. But the other things that it takes is getting honest with yourself. What are you really eating, right? How much are you eating? And what are you eating, okay? You have to lose that all or nothing mentality, right? So that you aren't setting yourself up for failure and binging. You have to be committed because this is going to take time. This doesn't happen overnight. You have to change your habits and you have to be accountable, okay? And these are the things I work with my clients on. I do the math part. Again, that's the easy part. But then we're going to work on what habits do we need to change. Let's hold you accountable. I'm your cheerleader to keep you motivated, right? Because you're not always going to be motivated, okay? I'm going to keep you on track. So if you are looking for help, if you're ready to lose weight, right? If you've tried the diets, you've lost the weight, you've gained it back, if you're tired of that and you're ready to lose weight, let's set up a free weight loss strategy call, okay? We'll see if we're a fit to work together. And if we're not a fit, totally fine. I promise you, you will still leave this call with information that will help you on your weight loss journey, okay? So you can either comment below, call, or just send me a private message. It's a completely free weight loss strategy call. We'll set that up, get you on track to lose weight and keep it off for life. And again, I promise you will leave this call with information that will help you on your journey, or maybe we're a fit and we work together, and that would be great. I would love to help you because again, you guys, diets don't work. Okay, so don't even think about starting another diet. They don't work. It's setting up for failure. It's making things worse. Summer's coming. You want this to be the summer that you're confident, that you wear your shorts, that you wear your bathing suit, that you don't feel my God, why did I just have a brain fart? You don't feel uncomfortable, there we go, in your own skin, and you're confident, and you wear the bathing suit, and you wear the shorts, and you feel good about yourself, and you feel healthy, and you have more energy, okay? And you're going to be the best version of yourself. So if that's something you're interested in, put call in the comments below or send me a private message. We'll set up a free weight loss strategy call to help you on your weight loss journey. All right? I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. And to those who celebrate, happy Easter and happy Passover.